This is a copy of a video from an unstable, undesirable expat vlogger in the Philippines. As he attacks two elderly senior citizens about their doctor-prescribed medications, as he rants about his uneducated, unprofessional opinion, the Bureau of Immigration Philippines should see and hear his actions. Bullying YouTubers about healthcare medication and their age, not the type of individual to be allowed to stay or be in the Philippines. Just my opinion, of course.
I'm going to make this video short and sweet while I'm sitting there eating a very delicious and nutritious carrot this morning, besides what I had for my meal. You know, one of the trends when it comes to losing weight, and they're always coming up with new medicines. I did a short prior to this video you may want to take a look at. Has to do with the drug called, I believe, JARO, which is a drug that Big Kevin was on that Flying Circus is presently on. Crunch, baby, crunch. Healthy carrot. Okay, purpose of show. I did a short about Mount Gero. Sounds like a mountain, doesn't it? And go to Fort Washington. Now, why am I talking about Mount Gero? Because Big Kev and even Flying Circus, they both have weight problems, and
This unstable person has never actually seen me.
instead of using self-control and learning to shut their mouth and watch how much they put in it, which could have been a simpler solution, less dangerous, you're basically paralyzing your stomach with this. And 38 to 40-something% of your weight loss is coming from your muscle. It's eating away your muscles. And there's other problems that it causes. There is no need, except in, well, I guess, Kevin had a critical situation where he was like almost 500 pounds. He had no self-control, and he went out of control. And I guess in Kevin's case, maybe that's something that he had to try or die. And there's a fairly new drug on the market. I don't know how long it's been around. But he didn't need to do that and endanger his stomach and his body.
Clinical studies have shown that Mounjaro is very effective at lowering A1C. Many people taking Mounjaro achieved an A1C of less than 7%, which is a common target for blood sugar control.
Taking that medicine, but when, you're at the bottom of the bottom of your health, and you just can't seem to lose the weight, people will turn to these. A lot of people do gastro bypasses, stomach banding, and all that stuff to achieve the same results. I don't know which is better. I don't think any of them are good. A simple solution is just don't eat as much and watch what you freaking eat. I'm sorry, but
Such yapping by an uneducated individual who gets his information from TikTok should concentrate on his mental health and his abnormal actions on YouTube and around certain people, who may be very vulnerable. Actions that have brought $60,000 judgments. Documentation is available through Hawaii legal system.
they know how I push obesity on this channel. Everybody talks about it. Of course, Big E always has something to say, and Big Fisher always has something to say. And of course, Kevin does all the time, too. And some of these people are overweight, too.
Listen to this uneducated smoker try to judge and advise others. Much the hypocrite.
But, they can't complain if something horrible happens to them because nobody tells them what to eat or how much they eat. No matter how fat your wallet is, that fat wallet can make you fat too by overindulging in everything. Yeah, overindulging in women and sex and food, and your life just gets totally out of control. I don't have big weight issues because I don't just shove things in my mouth like a garbage truck collecting trash. As you can see right now, I'm finishing off a nice crisp carrot. I've had my breakfast already, but I'm having a carrot. The bad thing about the drug is called Mounjaro, Mounjaro. This is what Big Kevin used in the States. He would never have been able to afford it otherwise. It had to be under his insurance. $1,500 a month. Now, Flying Circus also admits to taking that too. Flying Circus is an old man with a big weight problem.
This unstable person has never actually seen me.
And sometimes maybe you're forced to do this kind of stuff when you're desperate. But you don't have to go through all this. You know, you eat to live. The difference is you eat to live and you don't live to eat. But people who are obese, they live to eat, and that's the problem. You shouldn't be taking drugs like Mounjaro, because there's a cotillion of side effects on that. It can actually paralyze your stomach. It can cause it can cause all kinds of side effects, diarrhea, cramps, paralysis of the stomach and muscles of the stomach, interfere with digestion, and more.
Tell us about the side effects of the Xanax and other drugs you take. How about your smoking side effects? Someone who has such bad judgment as to sing a song with young person about male genitalia should not be giving out advice to anyone. Video available. See Hawaii court records or pulling his pants down and showing his arse to the public. During a live stream or showing him touching himself on a live stream. Video available.
You have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Only you could decide that, But, it's a simple solution to a lot of things. And for those people who are obese, I'm going to take my last bite of my carrot here. Yeah, that's right, my carrot. My carrot. That's eating good foods like this. So pardon me if you feel very offended about me talking about obesity all the time. And the reason I do is because of the fact that obesity has taken over the world. Of course, the introduction of fast food places, which go back decades and decades, is more prevalent now. You might say that I'm quite fascinated why people do this to themselves. Nervous habit. You can say that about a lot of things. Why do people smoke? Why do people drink? Well, the same thing with weight, and particularly talking about weight, that is preventable. And very sedentary, and you eat a lot. What do you expect? And according to what you eat, so it all comes together. Why is a person getting obese? Nobody's doing it to them, and nobody's forcing you to eat crap food and eat fast food. You do that on your own very well. So people that get offended about me talking about obesity, it's a worldwide topic. And you're responsible for your own weight. Nobody else is. You can't blame the fast food places because you have choices to make. They don't force you to eat their crap food. Now, we all indulge. I even indulge on stuff that maybe I shouldn't. But I don't as indulge as the average person does. I really don't. I can honestly say that. I've already had my breakfast. It was a couple of eggs. It wasn't using any kind of vegetable oil, anything like that. Put a little bit of water in the pan, and it cooks up just the same. Water with saturated fat and so forth. Water. That's all you need. So yeah, I do, for the most part, watch what I eat because I do not intend to be obese for the rest of my life, however long that may be. One thing I don't want to die of is obesity and heart disease, if that's such. It's very simple. The world, the pharmacies Big Pharma makes billions and billions and billions of dollars, and so do the doctors and health institutions, on selling you drugs for your weight loss, and they're making big bucks, and they're happy that you're obese because they're making more money. But that is not the solution when it comes to weight. It's as simple as it could ever be. Don't eat as much and watch what you eat. There you go. Solve your problem. And do a little bit of exercise. Because that drug, Mount Jarrow, which Flying Circus takes and Big Kevin had taken while he was in the States when he had the insurance to do it. He can't get it now. Instead, it would cost $1,500 American dollars a month. It's not the safest way to lose weight. Everybody wants that magic pill. Nothing is magic. Anything I've ever taken, nothing is magic. None of it is. Everything is a Band-Aid, and that's all it really is. You want to lose weight, you eat less. It's not brain science. Eat less and watch what you eat or how often you eat. It's not brain science. That's why you hear me, and I want to do this explanation. Why I talk about obesity, you always think it's a personal attack on somebody.
This is a man who has a history of verbal attacks on Filipinas, possibly facing a court case of cybercrime for allegedly valing a Filipina graphic names on his live stream. I would not take his advice. A man who's searching the video comments, then blindly believes them. Recently, he spread a rumor I had a stroke and died. As I reassured my friends it was a lie, we all sat back and laughed at how manipulated this man can be.
But it's really not. I'm just talking about it. That's all I am.
Uncontrollable rage alert.
Mick Fisher or Big E, oh yeah, Frank's attacking me. Shut up, Mick. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. I'm sick of your crap too, dude. Shut the fuck up. Mr. fucking perfect high roader. You're not a high roader. And you would have got Barry out of jail, you and Big E, if you were high roaders. I don't want to hear your bullshit. I really don't. High roaders. Your friend Big E is big as a fucking bigger than 2 times bigger than Cabin. As your friend, why don't you advise him, Mick, to get him in the gym with you more often? And I can say a lot more than that, but I'll just refrain. I don't know what your problem is, Mr. Fisher, but don't make it mine. Live your fucking life and I'll live mine. Don't worry about mine. When I talk about obesity, it's to help people, not to attack them. And they take it, very offensively. Then they get very defensive. I didn't cause these guys to gain weight. Lived a so-called 5-star lifestyle as far as culinary choices. They make that all for themselves. So don't attack me on that. I talk about this as a public service. That's all I do. As a public service. I'm not stuffing my mouth like there's no tomorrow. Like I'm at a fucking buffet and I paid a lot of money and I figured I got to stuff my mouth and get my money's worth. This is what these people eat. And the choices they make. If it's free, they're going to eat it. If somebody buys you a meal like Big Kevin always gets bought a meal, he's going to eat it. He's going to eat a lot of it. It's free. Free is good. That's his creed. Free is good. Donations, free meals. Another Barry. Another Barry. Hello, Patty. But can't you say the same about smoking? Can you? Oh, you want to challenge me again, Patty? Okay, well, let's challenge. I say it all the time. I'm not talking about smoking. I'm talking about weight. And cigarette smoking is a lot more addictive than eating because they put 10,000 fucking chemicals in there. I'm going to give you the long version of your answer. They put thousands of chemicals in there to keep you addicted. As I said, to a non-smoker, you don't understand it. Oh yeah, just put the pack down. It's that fucking easy. No, it's not, Patty. It's not. I'm not saying I'm never going to quit. I'm just saying that most people who smoke understand. Non-smokers don't have a clue. They just criticize other people for their smoking. But you have no idea with all the chemicals that they purposely add in there to keep you addicted. Hope I've answered your question, or at least your response to your statement. Get the fuck out of here, man. Seriously, get the fuck out of here. I know you're a troll anyway. I've been holding back on you. Yeah. I know you're overweight because you have responded to that. And see, people get very, very defensive when you're talking about a topic that applies to them, like their weight. and Patty, whoever he or she is overweight because they made a note of it one time on a comment. The simplest way to lose weight is simply to watch how much you eat and watch what you eat. If you're going to, depend on that chemistry that Flying Circus has taken and what Big Kevin had to take for years to lose weight, there are side effects of taking that. It's a very desperate measure for people that are grossly obese. And I understand the whole concept. When nothing else has worked for you, you're willing to try something else. I understand. I actually do. But make a wise choice of what you do. And a simple solution for weight loss is not taking a pill magically to make your weight disappear. The problem with that is, with this particular drug that I'm talking about on the show, is that your weight loss is actually destroying 40% of your muscle. And that's where your weight loss is coming from. A lot of it anyway, almost half of your weight loss is coming from muscle, which means you're losing muscle. And you got to ask yourself, you got to walk and you got to be able to do things. You really want to lose your muscle. So there's a trade-off on what you do. That's all I'm saying. There's a trade-off. It's up to you to make that decision on a trade-off on what you want to do. When the simplest answer is to watch what you eat. Again, it's no brain science. Learn to shut your mouth in more ways than one, but shut it to food. Shut it to food. You are what you eat. There's no excuse for it. I'm not going to stop coming down on people who are obese. I will never stop it. I will never stop it. Because I think what they're doing is their own destruction. And you can do what you want with your own body, whether you choose to smoke, drink, or overeat. I'm just talking about weight right now. I'm talking about obesity. And I find there's no excuse. There's absolutely no excuse for somebody to get that big and gain that much weight. There is none. Yes, I know you said hi. So that's why I talk about it a lot. Because it's uncanny. I mean, coinky dinky, I don't know, but there's such a variety of YouTubers out there that all fit the billing on being overweight. And this is your retirement. You're supposed to be enjoying your retirement years, right? And what they say, you are what you eat, is very true. A lot of them are a lot more stagnant than they want to tell you. They're a lot more sedentary than they want to tell you. They want to depict that they're living an exciting life going here and there. Not many people do that. But if you're not going to be that way, there's things you could do. Like I said, exercise, watch what you eat. It's not that hard. Well, excuse me. It is hard, but I'm saying that is a solution. There's a solution. So, obesity? Well, still feel. Unless you got this glandular problem or something like that. But there's pills for that. If you've got any one of your glands that's underactive, like your thyroid or something, you can get that under control. And that'll help with your weight more than it won't. It'll contribute to weight loss. Now, a magic pill is not everything. But the key words on my show is self-control. Everybody wants to take the easy way out of something, to take a magic diet pill. There is no magic diet pills. There's people used to take speed. That was popular like 5 decades ago, more so. Speed to lose weight, but it wasn't healthy for your heart. It isn't until later that people learn what could happen when you take speed. It can't affect your heart. You could have a heart attack, according to how much you take it, but then they get addicted. Then they got to take a downer to compensate for that. That's just a vicious cycle, is what it is. You want to become part of that vicious cycle, go right ahead. Don't let me stop you. I just talk about these things more as advice than to be on the attack. So contrary to popular belief, I do say this as a public service and an opinion. If you're overweight, there's no goddamn excuse that you're overweight. There's none. It's all on you. It's not on me. It's not on anybody else. It's all on you. So if you want to take that Mounjaro pill, flying circus, whatever, go right ahead. It's not helping you out if you're losing muscle mass. And that's where your weight loss is coming from, and all the other potential dangerous side effects of taking such a drug. But I understand out of desperation. You're like over 80 already. I know you're up there on age, flying circus. So you probably don't give a shit, because you're up there. And do what you have to do. I understand to a certain point, flying circus. And also the Big Kevin, who used to use that over in the States. When you're desperate, you do desperate things. But that drug, you guys got to read up on something before you take anything. I usually do my research on stuff, as you probably know, before I take anything. You have to. Nobody's going to help you out. You're responsible for your own body, no matter what you do. Alcohol, cigarettes, weight, street drugs. It's all you're doing. Smoking is my doing. Smoking and alcohol is other people's doing. Smoking, eating, eating, and not in control of your diet could be a triple winner for some people. I see all of them. That's horrible. One's bad enough, but out of three of them, yeah. That's all. That's all I wanted to say in response to losing weight and, well, trying to get rid of weight.
I don't need your advice, your permission for anything. You're a low-level human being. So go lay down by your dish, Fido. Give that carrot to your old gray mare.